It's a new chapter. I'm excited. Change and growth are scary, right? And we don't always want to get out of our comfort zone.
Today's story is one that has left the Sister Wives community shaken to its core. A chapter so raw, so human, that even the most devoted fans of this long-running reality series were left in tears. Season 20 of Sister Wives has just premiered, and from its very first episode, the tone has shifted. What was once a show about family conflicts, jealousy, and the daily chaos of a plural marriage has now become a deeply emotional portrait of survival, love, and loss. Because this time, it isn't about property disputes or relationship drama. It's about life itself. And at the heart of it all stands Janelle Brown, the strong, steady matriarch who has, for nearly 2 decades, anchored the Brown family through every storm. But as season 20 begins, Janelle steps forward to make an announcement that no one expected. She is leaving Sister Wives and TLC entirely because she is battling life-threatening cancer. The moment she spoke those words, silence filled the room. Viewers across the world felt their hearts drop. It wasn't just another dramatic reveal. It was a real-life confession from a woman who had quietly fought for years behind the cameras. Hiding pain with a smile, Janelle appeared noticeably weaker in this episode. Her once bright face looked softer, her energy slower, but her courage still radiant. She smiled for her fans, but behind that smile was exhaustion, the kind that comes not from filming or family feuds, but from fighting for survival. When she finally sat before the camera and spoke, her voice trembled slightly. But her message was clear. This isn't about filming anymore. This is about survival, about giving my body the chance it needs to fight back. It was a moment of pure truth, and it left fans speechless. Within minutes of the episode airing, the internet exploded. Hashtag pray for Janelle, hashtag Sister Wives strong, and hashtag stay strong Janelle began trending worldwide. The Brown family, once known for their complex relationships and televised drama, suddenly became symbols of vulnerability and love. Inside the Brown household, the tension was palpable. Cameras captured the emotional undercurrent like never before. Kody Brown, once the confident patriarch, looked utterly lost. His usual certainty had vanished. He sat quietly beside Janelle, holding back tears, his face etched with worry. There were no grand speeches, no dramatic outbursts, only silence, pauses, and the weight of unspoken fear. Even Robyn, often at the center of controversy, seemed subdued. Her tone was soft, her eyes glistening. Meri tried to lighten the mood with small jokes, but her laughter faltered. Christine, usually so bold, could barely hide her trembling lip. Each of them knew this wasn't the kind of storm they could argue their way through. Insiders later revealed that Janelle's health battle had been ongoing for years. She had faced countless hospital visits, chemotherapy sessions, and terrifying nights when her family feared the worst, all while continuing to film. Only a few close relatives knew how serious it truly was. She's been through hell and back, one insider told Starspill USA exclusively, but she never let it break her spirit. The show's producers reportedly offered to pause filming to give her space, but Janelle refused. For her, filming wasn't just a job, it was a way to stay connected with fans who had watched her grow, love, and endure. Still, as treatments grew harsher and her body weaker, she knew she had to make the hardest decision of her life, to step away. That decision has changed everything. For years, Janelle was the peacemaker, the calm voice when Kody clashed with Christine, the mediator between Robyn and Meri, the woman who balanced chaos with quiet strength. Her absence now leaves a void that even TLC's cameras cannot fill. The premiere episode made it painfully clear that the family dynamic has shifted forever. Scenes once filled with bickering now carry an uneasy stillness. Every glance, every word feels heavier. Even meals shared around the table are laced with emotion, as if each member is silently wondering how many more they'll have together. And yet, despite her frailty, Janelle continues to radiate grace. She speaks softly to Kody, reminding him to stay strong for the children. She reassures her fans, thanking them for their prayers. And in one of the episode's most unforgettable moments, she turns to the camera. her eyes shining with quiet determination, and says, "I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know I'm not giving up." Those words have echoed across the internet, a battle cry for anyone fighting in silence. Fans have flooded social media with messages of love and admiration. Some shared clips of her happiest moments, laughing during family picnics, encouraging her kids, or standing firm during Kody's outbursts. Others wrote heartfelt posts about how Janelle inspired them to stay strong through their own health battles. The love has been overwhelming, but so has the heartbreak. Because deep down, everyone knows sister wives will never be the same again. Behind the cameras, sources say TLC executives are struggling with how to move forward. Can a show so deeply tied to Janelle's presence survive without her? And should it? For nearly 20 years, she has been the emotional anchor of the series, the voice of reason, the heart of the chaos. Without her, the Brown family story feels incomplete. But perhaps that's what makes this chapter so powerful. It isn't about drama or betrayal anymore. It's about love, mortality, and the strength it takes to step away from fame for the sake of one's life. Even Kody, often criticized for his pride, appears humbled by this reality. In one poignant scene, he sits alone after Janelle leaves the room. The camera lingers on him for nearly a full minute, silent, tearful, and utterly human. "I've been angry, I've been selfish," he admits quietly. But watching her fight like this, it changes everything. For a man who built his life around control, those words are nothing short of transformation. Meri, Christine, and Robyn have reportedly set aside past rivalries to support Janelle during her treatment. They've been seen visiting her home, helping with meals, and even filming short video messages for fans asking for prayers. For a family once divided by jealousy and ego, this tragedy has forced unity, a rare, bittersweet gift. As the credits rolled on episode 1, fans were left in tears. The soft instrumental music played over clips of Janelle walking through the garden, her scarf fluttering in the wind, the sunlight catching her smile. It was both heartbreaking and hopeful. A farewell, but not an ending, because Janelle Brown's story is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning. A story of courage, of faith, and of one woman's fight to reclaim her life from illness and fame alike. And as the world prays for her recovery, one thing is certain: the legacy she leaves behind on Sister Wives will outlive every headline, every scandal, and every season. She may have stepped away from TLC, but she will forever remain the heart of the Brown family and the soul of Sister Wives. Stay tuned, friends, because in part 2 of this emotional journey, we'll uncover the hidden truth behind Janelle's private hospital stays, the toll her illness has taken on her family, and the brave choices she continues to make off-screen. This isn't just television anymore. This is real life, raw and unfiltered. And it's a reminder to every fan watching that behind the glitz of reality TV, there are real hearts, real pain, and real strength. Real pain and real strength. Writing this turning point in the narrative has lifted Sister Wives beyond the boundaries of entertainment, transforming it into a space for empathy, awareness, and authentic human connection. The shift, though unexpected, is deeply rooted in Janelle Brown's personal journey, a story that now intertwines with the very fabric of the show's future. With her decision to step away from TLC, the producers face the delicate task of reshaping a narrative that has long depended on her calm wisdom and subtle strength. Reality television thrives on the unpredictable conflict, tension, and personality-driven drama, and Janelle has always been at the center of all three. Her absence now leaves an emotional and narrative vacuum that forces both the Brown family and viewers to confront the raw, unfiltered reality of illness and human vulnerability. The secrecy surrounding Janelle's battle with cancer adds a profound layer of intrigue and sorrow. While whispers about her health had circulated for months, sharp-eyed fans noticing her fluctuating weight, visible fatigue, and occasional absences from filming few could have anticipated the seriousness of her condition. Insider reports reveal that at certain stages, her illness reached life-threatening levels, making her decision to retreat from filming not just understandable, but vital. The revelation of her private struggle has altered public perception, transforming Janelle from a steady, supportive presence into a symbol of quiet courage. It is a rare moment for reality television, one that transcends performance and exposes genuine human endurance. Away from the cameras, Janelle's journey has been defined by pain, resilience, and the steadfast love of her family. Hospital corridors, treatment sessions, and private consultations have quietly become the backdrop of her life, moments that remain unseen but deeply felt. Kody Brown, often criticized for his fractured leadership, has, according to those close to the family, shown unexpected tenderness, ensuring Janelle's comfort through the darkest nights. Meri, Christine, and Robyn, each in their own way, have demonstrated solidarity that surpasses the boundaries of televised sisterhood, though largely unseen. These gestures of compassion form the emotional heart of Season 20's opening episode, which begins to unearth the human cost of Janelle's absence. Her limited appearances on screen have taken on a weight far greater than words. Every look, every sentence, every pause now carries an unspoken poignancy. Scenes once mundane, a quiet meal, a family conversation, have transformed into moments laden with emotion and meaning. The audience, aware of her unseen battle, interprets every frame through the prism of fragility and strength. The result is a series no longer sustained by spectacle, but elevated by sincerity. Outside the Brown household, the world has taken notice. Fans, media outlets, and online communities have amplified the emotional intensity of Janelle's story, turning her journey into a shared public experience. Hashtags such as #StayStrongJanelle, #SisterWivesForever, and #BrownFamilyStrong trend across platforms, reflecting not mere curiosity but collective empathy. The Browns' effort to protect Janelle's privacy while maintaining a degree of transparency for their loyal audience has exposed the difficult balance between authenticity and intrusion between real life and reality television. As the season unfolds, one truth emerges with striking clarity. Janelle Brown's courage defines this era of sister wives. Her departure reverberates through every conversation, every strained silence, every glance of longing from those she has left behind. From the opening episode, her absence is more than a missing presence, is a seismic shift in the emotional and structural core of the family. Kody, stripped of his usual authority, appears markedly vulnerable. Scenes depict him navigating household responsibilities with cautious sensitivity, his quiet gestures betraying the fear beneath his composed surface. His attempts to maintain unity, to coordinate family routines, and offer reassurance reflect not control, but helpless concern. For the wives, the void is palpable. Meri steps tentatively into new emotional territory, taking on responsibilities that once rested easily on Janelle's capable shoulders. Christine, usually bold and outspoken, softens her tone, striving to preserve a fragile harmony. Robyn, ever maternal, assumes a more prominent role as caregiver, bridging emotional gaps and fostering calm amid growing uncertainty. Each woman's evolution reveals the profound ripple effect of Janelle's absence that reshapes not just relationships, but identities. Reality television is known for crafting conflict and tension into entertainment. Yet Season 20 diverges from the formula, trading artifice for authenticity. The drama that now unfolds is not constructed, it is lived. Janelle's illness and withdrawal introduce a solemn reality that overshadows trivial disputes and amplifies what truly matters: connection, compassion, survival. The audience is no longer watching a family argue about property or pride, they are witnessing a family fight for one another. The response from viewers has been unlike anything the series has seen before. Social media is flooded with messages of love and resilience. Personal reflections from fans who see their own struggles mirrored in Janelle's perseverance. Many express how her story has changed their perception of the show, shifting it from voyeuristic entertainment to a narrative of shared humanity. Her strength has transcended the screen, creating a bond between the Browns and the audience rooted in empathy rather than spectacle. Without Janelle's stabilizing presence, the balance within the household is precarious. Kody's leadership faces its sternest test as emotional and logistical strains multiply. The wives, accustomed to Janelle's quiet mediation, must now navigate an unfamiliar dynamic. Behind the scenes, producers are left to craft a storyline that honors the truth of her journey while sustaining the show's rhythm. According to insiders, the coming episodes promise an unprecedented intimacy, unguarded family moments, private conversations, and genuine vulnerability. It will be a season of stripped-back reality where emotion replaces performance and love overshadows rivalry. Still, the show's emotional terrain remains uncertain. Janelle's treatment continues, her condition demanding ongoing care and patience. Though absent physically, her influence seeps into every scene. The Browns' conversations are filled with concern, prayers, and memories. Even in silence, she is present, an unseen force guiding the tone of their interactions and the rhythm of their days. The juxtaposition of private suffering and public storytelling adds a depth rarely seen in the genre, turning this chapter of Sister Wives into something raw, respectful, and profoundly human. For nearly 2 decades, Janelle Brown has been a cornerstone of the franchise, a voice of reason amid chaos, a source of wisdom in moments of conflict. Her composure under pressure, her humor, and her ability to connect with viewers have earned her admiration far beyond the show's fan base. Season 20, defined by her absence, becomes an unspoken tribute to her legacy. Her influence lingers not in the scenes she appears in, but in the emotional texture of those she does not. The public's reaction underscores the connection she has forged with audiences worldwide. Messages of solidarity extend far beyond fan forums, many sharing stories of their own battles with illness, loss, and recovery. Janelle's decision to step away to choose life and healing over fame has become an emblem of strength. It is a choice that redefines what it means to be a reality television figure, one who chooses authenticity over visibility, integrity over attention. From a creative standpoint, the change challenges TLC's very ethos of storytelling. The network faces ethical questions about how far reality television should go in portraying pain and illness. The producers' success will rest on their ability to treat the Browns' reality not as content, but as truth, to prioritize empathy over exploitation. Early reactions suggest that this human-centered approach has resonated deeply, marking a new era for the show. The long-term future remains uncertain. Fans speculate whether Janelle might one day return if her health allows, or whether this chapter marks the closing of her story within Sister Wives. What is clear is that her influence will not fade. She leaves behind more than memories. She leaves a legacy of courage, dignity, and authenticity. Through her journey, Sister Wives has evolved into something far greater than the story of a polygamous family. It has become a reflection of resilience, a portrait of love under pressure, and a tribute to the enduring human spirit. In the end, Janelle Brown's story transcends the boundaries of reality television. It is not a plotline. It is a testament. Her decision to walk away with grace, to prioritize health over headlines, reminds viewers of the power of self-preservation and the quiet nobility of strength in vulnerability. For a show built on the complexities of family, faith, and identity, her absence speaks volumes. It tells the story of what remains when the cameras fade, the truth of human connection, the resilience of love, and the courage it takes to keep going when the world is still watching. One of the most exclusive moments of Sister Wives Season 20. Episode 1 unfolds not in chaos, but in unnerving stillness. It is the kind of silence that carries the weight of years, unspoken feelings, bottled frustrations, and the ghosts of promises made long ago. The living room, once the heart of family gatherings, feels colder now. The light softer, yet somehow harsher on faces too tired to hide the truth any longer. Kody sits in the center, shoulders hunched, eyes flickering between his wives. For the first time in years, it looks less like the self-assured patriarch and more like a man cornered by the emotional realities he can no longer escape. Around him, the atmosphere hums with tension. Words have already been exchanged, some too sharp to take back, others still trembling on lips that no longer trust themselves to speak. Across from him, Janelle's composure is striking. Her calm presence doesn't soften the moment, it sharpens it. She's no longer pleading, no longer performing the role of the dutiful wife, trying to keep peace for the sake of the family. Instead, her silence says what words cannot. She is done. Christine's eyes dart between the two, torn between compassion and exasperation. Robyn sits further back, her usual soft-spoken patience replaced by a visible strain. Meri, quiet but alert, watches everything, her expression unreadable. Her thoughts veiled behind years of emotional endurance. Kody clears his throat, his voice breaking slightly as he begins. I called you all here because I think we've reached a point where we can't keep living like this. It's not the kind of statement anyone expects from him, not Kody Brown. The man who once held the family structure with sheer force of personality. The words hang in the air like smoke, curling through the silence and settling into the crevices of the room. Christine leans forward, her tone wary. What exactly do you mean by that? Kody's hands tremble slightly as he gestures. We've been pretending that this is still working. Pretending that the distance between us isn't growing every day. I can't hold it together anymore. The confession lands like thunder. It's not dramatic or loud, it's devastating in its honesty. For years, fans have seen Kody portray strength, control, even arrogance. But here, stripped of all pretense, he's just a man admitting defeat in front of the women who once believed in him. Janelle's response is quiet but sharp. You didn't hold it together, Kody. You just controlled it. There's a difference. Her words pierce through the room, and for a brief moment, even the cameras seem to hesitate. The rawness of her tone, the steadiness of her gaze, it's the moment viewers will replay again and again. Robyn exhales shakily. We all made mistakes, Janelle. It's not just him. But Janelle shakes her head, not in anger, but in weary understanding. Yes, we all did. But only one of us kept pretending love could survive on guilt and hierarchy. Christine's hand instinctively reaches towards Janelle, as though trying to diffuse the heat building between them. But Meri interjects softly and surprisingly with her own truth. She's right. We've all been living someone else's idea of family, and it's breaking us. The words catch even Christine off guard. Meri, so often silent, has become the unexpected voice of reckoning. The camera zooms in subtly. Robyn's lips part. Kody looks stunned. Janelle lowers her gaze, her composure momentarily faltering. For the first time, it feels like everyone in that room understands that something irreparable has been spoken aloud. As the tension peaks, Christine's voice cracks through the silence. How much longer are we going to pretend this is working? The question echoes like an accusation and a plea all at once. The music swells, soft piano, trembling strings underscoring the emotional devastation unfolding. The camera lingers on each face, holding the stillness until it becomes unbearable. Kody looks down, his jaw tightening. I tried to give you all the life you wanted, he says finally, voice low and heavy. But maybe I was the only one who believed it was still worth saving. Meri whispers almost to herself. Maybe we stopped believing when you stopped seeing us. It is a devastating moment. One of those rare scenes where reality television transcends performance. No one shouts. No one storms out. It is the quiet, unflinching confrontation of people who have finally run out of illusions. The producers know the gravity of what they've captured. The cameras slowly pull back, framing the family as small figures against the vast living room, a metaphor for distance that words can't describe. The air seems to vibrate with everything left unsaid. As the scene fades, the next shot cuts to a confessional, Kody alone. His expression is hollow, his tone distant. I thought love was something I could manage. But love doesn't want management. It wants truth. And maybe I stopped being honest a long time ago. For fans, this moment becomes the emotional centerpiece of the episode. Raw, vulnerable, and painfully human. It's not just a confession. It's the collapse of an empire built on fragile foundations. When the episode ends, social media erupts. Viewers are torn between sympathy and outrage. Some call it Kody's first genuine moment of self-awareness. Others see it as too little, too late. But everyone agrees on one thing. This is Sister Wives at its most powerful, no longer a show about polygamy, but about the breaking and rebuilding of identity, family, and truth. And as the final shot lingers on Janelle walking silently out of the room, her figure fading into the hallway light, the audience understands something profound. This isn't just another episode. It's a reckoning, one that will reshape every relationship, every confession, and every episode to come.